looking at the fireball as far as 60 miles away. But miners will still scrabble up to the top of Angel's Peak like it's the 4th of July. We ride the 30 miles out to Frenchman Flat in the back of military trucks, pinned with radiation badges, now colored a safe blue. 2,000 yards from ground zero, the trucks come to a halt and we stumble down, half asleep. We get down into the foxholes until we're eye level with the desert floor. 1,000 of us are almost nothing on that endless flat, like ants from above, like something only a little unusual, not a species but a small event that doesn't think of itself as history. We're mostly quiet now, listening to the coyotes and the scratch of the desert, until the bitch boxes start screaming orders through the thinning dark. Later, some of us will be sent to Vietnam, and when we're sweating in our tents, crawling with spiders, our skin infected with fungus, we'll remember this, the simplicity of it. While we wait, a caravan of trucks rumbles by with the frightened jostle of live animals. 1,000 yards ahead, we see them push out 900 pigs, herding them into foxholes and pens. Some of the pigs wear brand-new field jackets with liners to be tested for durability. A handful of rabbits for the scientists' continued efforts to record the effect of flash blindness. There are 15 minutes before countdown. 15 minutes for us to think about Vegas, of the time we shook Ike's hand, of drummers in the big bands like Krupa who could finesse a set of drums, make them talk without hammering at them, of the soft piano music in the clubs in California. 15 minutes for another Chesterfield, to absent-mindedly notch little holes in the trench wall with our fingers. 1,000 thoughts, a small cross-section of a moment in America. Our helmets askew, not yet strapped on. The pants of the new fatigue still starchy. The sun rises in glory, as if it had yet to invent the desert. 2 minutes for the newspapermen to settle into their seats at control point. Men in suits with tickets in their hatbands, who would narrate this to no one. 1,000 men with their arms across their eyes like girls at the movies, listening to the lone, amplified voice count backward from 10. This is June of 1957, before the countdown becomes synonymous with rocket launches that will send astronauts beyond the Earth's atmospheric vacuum. And then a noise we've never heard before. Something like maximum volume. Even with our eyes closed, we see a flash of hot white light from a bomb 4 times as big as Nagasaki. So bright there are no shadows. We count to 10 and look, and what we see is the blood coursing through our own veins, and the skeletons of the men in front of us. The X-ray of 1,000 GIs, their bones like a desert slideshow. The yucca trees stand out in relief. The mountains are aluminum. The bitch boxes scream for us to stand up, and we rise, stunned, moving without thinking, except for the boys who are on the bottom, crying and praying. We rise up, and as we do, we're slammed with a shock wave of hot air like it's going to rip our heads off. It knocks us back, and the ground pitches. We're too panicked to wonder about the logic of our orders. We obey because it's the only way to make it through alive. The air is dark as a comic book doomsday. How can I explain that we took this personally? Another wall, a moving flash flood of dirt and debris pelting us with sticks and stones and other things we can't think about just now. Some of us half buried. There's a moment of strange calm, like a deep pause of respect before the singing of the anthem. Then we can no longer breathe. There's no air left, as the pressure reverses and comes sailing back toward ground zero, calmer, sadder now as the detonation begins to collapse in on itself, a vacuum that threatens to suck everything in. We're fighting for air, every man for himself, as the debris settles. And then we see it, the thing we've come for. A huge fireball going up on the back of the mushroom cloud like the devil.